My name is Elizabeth Pampalone, and you're listening to the Absolute Marketing Podcast. Today's tip is about what do you do when someone steals your idea? This can be one of the most disheartening, unnerving, frustrating things that you can go through as a business owner. You put all this time and effort and energy, probably money, into an idea, and you think of it as your baby. And then when you come along across someone who, just has your same baby, like, what is that? It's so weird. So I'm going to tell you how I've dealt with it over the years and how I've come to see it in a different light. As you know, I have my agency, which we do things in a day. And when I started doing this in 2017, people thought I was nuts. They didn't believe me. I was told I was crazy. I was told I was going to ruin the industry. And I knew that I could do it, and I had done it many times very successfully. But the initial thought of that just irked so many people that they hadn't thought of it. So fast forward a year or two, and I get calls from larger agencies asking me how I do what I do. I kind of share some things with them, not anything crazy or groundbreaking, just, hey, this is basically what we use as our method. And it's nothing that's a secret. I mean, if you've heard any podcast I've been on, you've heard this story. So I just started telling people about it because I'm honest and I don't have anything to hide, or I don't have any proprietary anything really. A lot of it's just common sense. I start to see in a day stuff pop up. Designer for a day, your website in a day, tech for a day. And I start to get jealous. Yeah, not a great look. I know green is my color, however, not that kind of green. And I struggled with it a lot. I didn't understand why someone would take something that I had pioneered and ride my coattails. So one company even went so far as to literally rip off exactly what I had on my website and take it for their own. I did confront them and ask them to, hey guys, write your own content. But it still stuck with me that someone else had done something that I had worked so hard to create and promote and make more of a mainstream idea. Fast forward again to a few weeks ago. We're 4 years in now, and I'm 15 years into being in business. And then I saw someone who had something designer in a day or something like that. And my initial reaction was, gosh dang it, can't people make up their own ideas? That was my initial reaction. And then I thought, wait a minute, that's not helpful nor constructive, nor does it help me and my work at all. So my next mindset shift towards a better way of dealing with this and possibly even, getting past it was, okay, so this person also thought of this idea. Not accusing them of stealing it, not thinking that they had borrowed from me and not told me about it. They have this idea too. All right. What can I learn from them? What are they doing that I missed? How can I take what they've done and piggyback on that as well? Because really, it's just a sharing of ideas. There really isn't anything new under the sun. Probably some of my ideas came from things I'd heard before, and my mother likes to lovingly remind me that back in the day, she used to do something called an album in a day, where she would help someone create their entire scrapbooking album for a graduation or, their children's entire lives up to 18 or something like that in a day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I even got this idea from somewhere else. Long story short, I say, what can I learn from this person? Guess what? They had something that I didn't have. They had an amazing FAQ. So I started to jot down some of their questions, write my own questions, see how their questions related to my customers. Some of them did, some of them didn't. And I really found that, wow, I missed something when I was creating my product of a similar nature. And after all that, I come to this place where I said, as I was kind of closing her website and, working on my own and adding my FAQs, I just kind of sent out there to her, I hope this is really profitable for you. Not in a cheesy way, not in a woo-woo way, but in a real, genuine, I hope that this is profitable for her. Because when we rise and we gain something or we think of something others didn't, it's an opportunity for others to come behind us and improve upon our methods. There are no cars in the world that didn't come from the guy who first invented the car. There are no assembly lines that didn't improve upon what Ford did with his assembly lines at his car plants. These things are all improvements upon improvements upon improvements. And if we're not careful, this could lead, this thinking that we have of this, she stole this from me, or he took my idea and I shouldn't have told them this. And it could lead to a lot of bitterness. When don't we think that if we were smart enough to come up with the first idea, that there's an even better one lurking somewhere in the corners of our mind that only we can execute? Talk to you next time. Thanks for listening to the Absolute Marketing Podcast. If you'd like to learn more, please visit getabsolutemarketing.com.